Oh, here we go.
There we go.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in. We're excited to be promoting and trying to schedule and get everything up to speed on our new After Action workshop. With me is Doug Monda and Raul Rivas, who are part of the first responder veterans team for After Action and After Action Care. Couple quick things. Again, we're trying to we're trying to design a workshop that kind of uh, allows people who have questions about what we do and what treatments like, or just general questions about mental health, wellness, or substance issues, that they can feel free to ask and interact with us, as we've been dealing with first responders and veterans that are in crisis all over the nation. And if there's a question or concern, whether you're part of an agency's executive staff, if you're just the boots on the ground, something you're curious about or you wanted some more information about, we wanted to create a perfect venue for you guys to speak candidly or ask questions or just throw out ideas, and just have a forum that's free of judgment and welcoming to any point of view or concerns that you may have, and also to kind of dispel any myths about what it looks like to get help and what that help is. And I'm hoping that within the workshop, and we're going to try to do it as best we can, um, bring on people that are actually doing the work hands on, whether it be clinical, whether it be support staff, so that if you're like, hey, what does this look like, or what do you do, give you guys a really good example of what it looks like, if you or somebody that you care about is getting help.
Yeah, Chris, I think you said everything pretty good there. I just, it's going to be a safe space for questions and comments. We definitely want to hear from people and what's going on in their side, their part of the country. So we're here for all of it and everything in between. And it's a live show. I think you mentioned that, but it's going to be a live show. So people can interact with us live. You throw your little chat up there and we'll have somebody. We have Marky, the rock star, in the background, ready to take care of us, right? So Marky will be there making sure that we answer these things or at least talk about whatever's coming up. And there's no rules. There's no rules in this one. There's no rules, right? So if you need to throw an F-bomb and get it out there, let's get it out there, right? So we're going to talk about whatever people want to talk about, and whatever's going on at the time. We're ready for all of it. I'm excited about it, man. I'm excited because we're going to have some cool things going on, and I'm sure we have some cool people on, and probably be talking about some crazy topics. So I'm excited for all that. So what do you think, Doug?
Man, I'm just sitting here listening to y'all getting me all pumped up. I haven't been excited in a long time for anything, but I'm glad that we're doing this only because I, there's been a gap from what we found on the road. There's been a gap. Like everybody's used to going into a conference setting or a training setting, and then you leave, and then there's this gap of you by yourself, asking yourself questions, thinking like that. And so when we're out on the road, we get asked that question a lot. Hey, do you guys have some sort of virtual classes you do, or do you guys meet outside of the trauma behind the bad show? I mean, this is a little different. Obviously, this is part of the after action care team, and I'm really excited to be part of that. I mean, these guys are doing great things out there. So I think it'll be good for a lot of people. This is what they've been asking for, and it's a great place. We all have a tremendous amount of experience. So, that's kind of a plus. So I think that'll be a big help.
I
I was
will.
gonna
I will
ask,
Go ahead.
hey, Chris, oh, I was gonna ask, Doug. You just brought it up, man. We got a lot of experience. Yeah. Why us, Chris? Who are you, man? Why? Who the hell are you? Why are we
Yeah.
here?
So, listen, I started my career as a medic, kind of ventured on to become a firefighter,
Back in
and then
1922, back in
it was
22, was
in
it?
early 1900s.
Yeah.
And then left that
Carry
service
some big
to join the
boxes.
military, joined the Navy, was deployed over in for the Mediterranean and the Middle East area. Um, did my stuff there. Got injured while I was deployed. Came back, started my career, and I retired as a as a sergeant with a police department, having started our peer program. But again, who I am is based on, not so much the work, but where I come from, my upbringing, and everyone's a little bit different, but just as significant. But yeah, and so what I do is I did finish up some postgraduate work dealing specifically focusing on first responders and veterans, because that's who I am and that's kind of who I care about. But not only them, but their family. And just to add a little bit to what Doug and Raul were saying, this workshop is for the guy or girl who is doing this job, has done this job, thinking about doing the job, and more importantly, their family. If your family's got questions, come on, bring them in, with wife, spouse, partner, husband, whatever. Bring them along and ask the questions. But that's who I am.
Doug, who are you, man? Why are you here? I mean, what are you? Yeah, tell us about you, man. 'Cause I'm seeing you squinting. You ain't wearing your glasses, brother. So go get. Hey, that's right. I'm gonna go ahead and clown you a little bit. Now you look like you can see somebody, man. What's going on?
Well,
Like, tell me about
see,
you, man.
when I look at the screen, I can see the computer screen reflection, and it flips me out. I don't know if it bothered people. So
Oh,
I'm
man,
just,
you're good, brother. You're good.
I'm
Go
a
ahead, man.
professional squinter. I've been squinting through a thing like this for a big part of my life. But anyway, yeah, I'm just, you know what I like to tell people? I'm them 10 years from now. Whenever I do anything like PCISs or trainings, I always say that because I always feel like I'm the guy that they were talking about. I became that guy who didn't do the work right, didn't do the processes right, found myself in that dark hole with no way out. And I didn't have the tools, or I didn't have the people in my life to help me get out of that dark spot. And as most people know my background, I'm a suicide survivor. I tried to take my life. And that's how I ended up in this industry by default. That's me right there all day long. I wish I could be on that thing, but that's what put me in this career. And I've been in it for 10 years now, and I've just learned a lot. I've seen it all. I feel like I've done it all. And I'm lucky too, because I'm married to probably the best in the nation for spousal and family advice. I mean, she lived it, and she takes good care of me. If people don't know who Karen is, my wife. So I bring all that to the table. I would hope that I've got something to offer, and I enjoy doing this now. This is kind of where I'm at. I spent my whole career. I started off on SWAT and I ended off on SWAT, and I spent my whole career in drugs and guns. That's all I ever did as a cop. And I did some pretty horrific stuff that a person isn't used to doing or shouldn't do. And like you guys as well, we've been involved in some national disasters that traumatized us. And so, that's what my career experience put in me. And, I hope that there's something I can share with people in this message that'll keep them from falling in the hole and not having somebody to show them the way out. I got that story from Chris Scallon. That's the best.
That story.
The guy that fell in the hole, that story you tell, I'm going to let you tell it because I'll probably mess it up. But yeah. I told that to the commissioner, the deputy commissioner of Florida law enforcement. And he says that when he introduces, like in PCISs and teachings, he's big into mental health. He's an amazing guy. He uses that story now. So you'll have to share it.
Yeah. So basically, in dealing with, and the beauty of what myself, Raul, and Doug bring is we're going to give you the straight stuff. We're not gonna bullshit you. We're doing this because, and I'll speak a little bit for myself and for the guys. We're doing this because we don't want you guys to get to where we were. I think that's the ultimate goal. But to speak to what Doug's talking about, it's a story I heard when I was going to get help and stuff. And this first responder or vet, whoever it is, is walking down the road and he falls into this deep, dark hole, very, very dark hole, and it's deep, and he can't get out, or she can't get out. And while he's in there, they're yelling up, "Hey, can somebody help me?" A priest walks by. The priest says, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Well, can you get me out?" And the priest says, "No, but I can pray for you," and then walks away. And so the person's still stuck in the hole. And then next thing you know, a doctor walks by. He's like, "Doc, can you help me?" And the doc's like, "No, but when you get out, I'll write your prescription," and throws it in the hole and keeps on moving on. And then the first responder looks up, he hears somebody walking, and it's another first responder or vet. And he goes, "Hey, can you," and before he finishes asking the question, the first responder or vet jumps down in the hole. And the guy looks at him, he's like, "Hey, dummy, now we're both stuck in this hole." And that first responder vet looks at him and goes, "Yeah, but I've been in this hole before and I know the way out." That's what we want to do. We've been to those dark places. I struggled with substance issues, whether it be pharmaceutical or alcohol, suicidal ideations, a suicide survivor, just like Doug. We've been there, and I think what I believe we all are passionate about, and I know Doug and Raul, and I've seen them working hand in hand with folks in crisis. There's a genuine, legitimate, altruistic concern that they don't want that Raul or that Doug that they're talking to, because that's who we're talking to when we're talking to people that are struggling. We're talking to Chris, Doug, and Raul, but we're talking to them 15, 10, 20 years ago. So it's our chance to kind of pay it forward for these new guys and girls that are coming onto this job and struggling. And God knows they're going through some pretty hard stuff. We're here to kind of make it a little bit easier. And if you just need somebody to talk to, we're here. If you need a little bit more help than that, we're here. And if your family needs help, we're here. So that's my pitch to you guys. And I know Doug and just so you guys know, full transparency, when I'm struggling, there's two people I call out of the gate, and that's Doug and Raul. So we're not immune to the downside of all this stuff, but we just want to be there for each other.
And I'll tell you, I just want to echo what you just said, Chris. You definitely want to make sure that people don't follow the path that we took many years ago. And so that's, and selfishly, I wanted to add that doing this and being involved in, and Trauma Behind the Badge at the other podcasts we were involved in, selfishly, I get to listen to people and relate to them, because there are other ones like us out there with some differences, and they usually say something, and I'm kind of like, hey, I like that. I like what they said, and when they talk about whatever they may have done to get out of their darkness, and I selfishly get to listen to those like us and what they've done. So and I wanted to really quick, Marky, our boss here, is telling me that I need to, I guess, talk a little bit about myself. So I'll do it right now, ma'am. So yeah,
I got me off. She better stay in her lane, man. I was going to do an intro.
She kind of bossy. You see how that came out, right? She's on the chat thing. She kind of bossy, but that's all right. We need that. She's gonna keep us in line. So
hold on, Raul, because I want to add a message in there. So I wanted it. I was going to tell you to tell everybody about yourself, because I love bragging about my brothers more than anything. Man, I got some cool stuff I can brag about, but my favorite thing is to tell people who my brothers are and what they've done, to include Chris Fields and Richie and Creamer and all the guys that were affiliated, but mainly my brothers, because it makes me feel good to be like, these are the guys that I'm connected with, that have my back. And the message behind that is, people out there listening, that's what they need to have in their corner. You might hear, oh, I'm in the blue family or the red family. No, you need to have a real family and surround yourself with certain people. And so I was going to say, Raul, don't forget to tell people who you are and what you did, because I brag about how awesome of a hero you are. So tell them.
I appreciate that, and I feel likewise, man. I'm always talking about you guys, telling people how amazing you are, and Chris is just the man that you are and what you've come through. I always brag about you guys. So likewise, grew up here in Orlando, Florida. Finally got on to, well, let me back up. Went to the military reserves, and when I took a break from college, figured I'd take a semester off. Well,
how'd that work out for you?
Yeah, my timing was off, and Desert Storm happened, right? So got sent to the desert. Did my time out that way. Came back and by contemplating the meaning of life while Scud missiles were being launched at us. I just said, hey, that police thing sounds kind of fun right now. So came back and put my applications in, and Orlando PD hired me. I'm honored to say that. Had a blessed career, 26 years with the police department. Like Doug, I did the SWAT thing for 18 years. Did different task forces as well, ATF and FBI task force. Ended my career in the U.S. Marshals task force. And I kind of got a platform due to the incident I was involved in, the Pulse nightclub incident. So that's kind of what gave me a platform. What people didn't know at the time is I was going through my own mental health journey. I got to that point where my life didn't mean anything, and I was ready to get myself killed. So and with the help of some people around me, more so my family. Sorry about that. More so my family. I was able to get some help and come out of the darkness, and then met these guys, these amazing men right here, and to include Richie and Chris Fields. And I'll steal this from Scallon. Real recognizes real. And when you're amongst your people. And there's a comfort there, and that's what we're trying to produce here, a place where there's a comfort, and it's okay to be a little bit vulnerable. It's okay to ask the questions. It's okay to make the comments. It's okay to just sit here and listen, because that's a lot of what I do. I get to listen to much smarter people. I tell people all the time, Doug and I are probably the dumbest ones in the room, but but
you used to save me, man, and then something bad happened to me, and you quit doing it because you felt bad.
I used to say that a little bit differently. Now I don't do that anymore. But yeah, so right. we get to listen. We get to listen to people. And that's what this space is. This workshop's going to be all of that. And the great thing about it is it's going to be live, and it'll be recorded. So if you happen to miss it, you can tune in and check it out later. Again, at afteraction.care /workshop. So the calendar will be there. I hope I'm saying that right. Is that right, Marky? The calendar will be at that link there, afteraction.care /workshop. You'll see when the shows will be on. And I hesitate to call it show. Should I just call it workshop or show? Workshop. Okay to say? Yeah, workshop, right? So that's where it's
turned into a show. We've been notorious for throwing down some shit.
Yeah,
shows.
we can it can definitely go down a rabbit hole because what we do. It'll be on
After Action Zoom link. So it'll come.
Yeah, so you'll find all that on that link. So if you go to the afteraction.care /workshop, you'll find out how to get to the show. So you look for it there. And look for us on social media. We're going to be blasting this thing out. So get ready. We are coming. The shit show, After Action. We are coming. All of us. Look, hey, Doug, give him your game face. Give him the mean face.
Man, now you make me laugh.
Damn, Doug. Oh, man, damn, man. There you go. There it is. There.
Hey, listen, don't forget, we're gonna have our own TikTok channel, and there'll be videos on the TikTok channel.
Right. We
from
want
all of us together individually. There'll
Yeah.
be information
Yeah.
that we're going to share on the TikTok channel. We're as I was telling the marketing director yesterday, I said, me and these guys, we're still coming off MySpace. So bear with me. Right, man. When I just heard TikTok, it made me nervous. So
we're rookies, so y'all be nice to us. Be nice to us. Yeah, so we're
Yeah.
rookies in that space. So hey, that's it. Check us out. Coming soon. Be ready.